the art of liver space care. A clean home is not built on massive weekend cleaning marathons. It is built on tiny daily decisions that make mess impossible to pile up. Have you ever wondered, why are the people with the cleanest, most organized homes often the ones who spend the least amount of time cleaning? It sounds counterintuitive, yet behind this paradox lies a remarkably simple principle. A clean home does not come from constantly cleaning more. It comes from making it difficult for clutter to form in the first place. Think back to last Saturday morning, 8 in the morning. You should have been sleeping a little, taking slow sips of hot coffee, and soaking in your time off after a brutal work week. Instead, no. You open your eyes, absolute chaos. Pots and pans stacked to the ceiling in the sink from last night. A dull layer of dust over the floors. Cloudy water stains caked onto the shower glass. And clothes casually draped over the back of the couch. You let out a heavy sigh. Roll up your sleeves. Snap on the rubber gloves. For the next 5 to 6 hours, you drown your day off in the smell of chemical cleaners. Hunched over, scrubbing every single corner. Wiping away grease. Organizing stray items one by one. And what is the result? 4 in the afternoon, you collapse onto the sofa with an etching back, raw hands, and total exhaustion. You just traded your precious day off for a grueling shift of hard labor. The bitter truth is, just 3 days later, everything slides right back into complete mess, looking like you never touched it. I call this the Saturday chore trap. We let the mess build up all week long. Then we turn caring for our home into an exhausting forced marathon. Many Japanese households take a completely different approach. Instead of letting things pile up for one massive overhaul, they break home care down into small, effortless actions repeated every single day. To bring this mindset into modern life, we can organize it into a framework built on 4 pillars: prevention, reset, maintenance, and decluttering. Pillar 1, prevention, the Genkan boundary. The first rule of keeping a clean home: never bring the dirt into the house in the first place. Look down at the shoes you are wearing right now. Where have they walked today? An oily gas station, a dirty parking lot, a wet public restroom floor, or grimy city sidewalks? Environmental health show the soles of our shoes carry massive amounts of bacteria, grit, fine dust, and street pollutants. When we track those shoes straight through the doorway, we spread that filth across our living room rugs and kitchen floors. The exact places where our kids play, where our pets nap, and where our bare feet walk every single day. Come the weekend, you end up wasting hours scrubbing out dirt that you brought in yours. In Japan, this issue is managed right at the entryway through the Genkan. The Genkan is the transitional buffer between the outside world and the inner living space. Taking off your shoes in the Genkan is practical. It stops outside grit and grime in its tracks. At the same time, it honors a long-standing cultural standard of protecting the cleanliness of the living space. You do not need to remodel your house to build this boundary. All you need are 3 simple visual touchpoints. An open shoe rack right at eye level by the door. It makes taking off and putting away shoes feel natural. Seeing the rack instantly triggers the habit. A small entryway stool. It lets you untie your laces in comfort, turning the act of taking off your shoes into a restful pause after a long day. A designated indoor slipper tray. Place soft slippers right on the threshold. Comfort of slipping into clean house shoes removes any urge to walk inside with dirty street shoes. By stopping dirt and sand right at the doorway, you eliminate a huge part of floor cleaning before it even begins. Pillar 2, reset, the Kaizen mindset and the 2-minute rule. Keeping dirt out at the door is only step 1. What shall we do about the daily messes of everyday living? Be honest. How many times have you cooked dinner, looked at a greasy stovetop and thought, I will just deal with it tomorrow? And what happens next? The grease cools down. It solidifies. It traps floating dust from the air, and it sticks firmly onto the surface. By the weekend, instead of a 5-second wipe, you have to use harsh chemicals and an abrasive sponge for half an hour in pure frustration. That is how a 30-second action turns into a 30-minute nightmare. When you pair the Kaizen mindset, meaning continuous improvement through tiny micro-changes, with a simple productivity principle. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it right now instead of letting it pile up. Resetting your space becomes completely effortless. Squeegee the shower glass. Right after your shower, while the glass is still covered in water, grab a small squeegee. Give a few quick smooth swipes top to bottom. By wiping away standing water, you prevent mineral deposits and soap scum from drying into stubborn stains. Wipe down the stove at the right time. After cooking, let the stovetop cool down just enough to be safe to wipe while remaining warm enough to clean easily. Use a microfiber cloth and a cleaner suited for surface material to give it one gentle wipe. Fresh grease comes off much easier with very little scrubbing. Block the grease while cooking. Use a splatter screen whenever you fry to reduce the amount of oil flying around. Clean as you go. Take advantage of short waiting periods in the kitchen. While waiting for water to boil, wipe water splatters off the counter. Rinse your cutting board immediately and put spice jars back in their places. By the time dinner hits the table, your sink is clear and the kitchen is tidy. The key point is, you are not adding an extra cleaning shift. You are simply attaching small actions to things you are already doing every single day. Pillar 3. Maintenance. Soji and Osoji. In Japanese culture, the concepts of Soji and Osoji help us understand two distinct rhythms of space care: daily micro-maintenance and seasonal deep cleans. In Zen tradition, sweeping and cleaning temple grounds has long been practiced as part of mindfulness. It is not just about the sparkling result on the outside. It is about the calm and order established in your own mind. Inspired by that philosophy, you can build a 15-minute morning Soji routine. Open the windows for a few minutes. Let a fresh breeze in the house, weather and air quality permitting. Spend 1 minute smoothing out your bed sheets. A small action that creates a clear feeling that a new day has begun in an orderly space. Clear main surfaces. Run a quick pass of the vacuum down the main walkway. Wipe down the dining table. And rinse the bathroom sink after brushing your teeth. Just 15 minutes. You step out the door with a proactive mindset. When you return in the evening, the door opens to a clean, fresh, and welcoming home. What about Osoji? Traditionally, Osoji is the major year-end deep clean to welcome the new year. You can borrow that spirit and divide deep cleaning into 4 seasonal resets throughout the year. Each quarter, schedule one single hidden area to tackle: the top of the refrigerator, the washing machine door seal, the bathroom tile grout, or the gap behind the sofa. Having a rotating schedule frees you from wondering, when am I going to clean this? Your mind stays completely relaxed, knowing every single corner already has its designated date on the calendar. Pillar 4. Decluttering. The Danshari method. No matter how well you block dirt at the door or how skillfully you clean, there is hard truth you have to face. Sometimes the problem is not that you are not cleaning enough. The problem is that you are trying to clean way too many things. Look around your room. That waffle maker you bought and used exactly twice before tucking it away in a corner. That pile of tight clothes bought years ago with the promise, I will wear these once I lose weight. That treadmill that has now turned into clothes drying rack. Every time you see unused items, they silently guilt-trip you about the money you spent, a habit you failed to maintain, or a goal you abandoned. The more excess belongings you have, the more you have to organize, maintain, and make exhausting decisions about. That is why the Danshari philosophy, meaning refuse, release, and detach, developed by author Hideko Yamashita, delivers immense practical value. Dan. Refuse. Cut off the flow of impulse shopping. Refuse to buy things just because they are on sale or trigger a temporary emotional high. Sha. Release. Decisively let go of items that no longer serve your life right now. Detach. Break free from the attachment to ownership, so material possessions stop controlling your space and mind. Inspired by the Danshari mindset, you can apply 2 rules. First, the one-in, one-out rule. Whenever a new item walks through your front door, whether it is a shirt, a pair of shoes, or a coffee mug, let one corresponding old item go. This rule keeps your total volume of possessions in constant balance. Second, the guilt shelf audit. Gather all the things you are hoarding strictly out of financial guilt, even though you never use them. Acknowledge the spending lesson they taught you. Then decisively donate or recycle them. The fewer excess items you own, the fewer surfaces you have to wipe down, the fewer objects you have to move around, and the fewer exhausting choices you have to make every day. Cleaning your home with this approach has never been just a war against dirt. It is how you reclaim peace, order, and control over your own life. A clean home is not built on massive weekend cleaning marathons. It is built on tiny day decisions that make mess impossible to pile up. You can start today with the 3-day home reset challenge. Day 1. Set up an open shoe rack and keep indoor slippers ready right by the door. Create a clean boundary that blocks dirt at your very first step. Day 2. Keep a squeegee in your bathroom. Spend less than 1 minute wiping down the glass right after you finish your shower. Day 3. Dedicate 15 minutes in the morning. Open the windows if weather allows. Smooth out your bed sheets. And give the dining table a quick wipe. Try doing these exact 3 things over the next 3 days. You will start feeling how much easier it is to keep your home pristine. And cleaning will finally stop feeling like an unpaid debt waiting for you every weekend.